Well, it's finally here. We are going to clear coat. I've wiped it down, used some window cleaner, and then used a tack rag on it. So all the dust and debris should be off. And I'm going to go ahead and start clear coating. Put my mask on and hit it and get it. And then after we do that, we'll put it up on the rack, pull the wheels off, scuff up those steel wheels, and paint them in the same manner. Let's go! Well, we got two coats of clear coat on there. It is shiny, looking wet, which is good. Now we're going to be taking these wheels off and tires. We're going to wire brush them, clean them up. I still have some clear from my project and some of the little cans of paint, contrast paint. So we'll put something together and then throw the tires back on and start reassembly. Well, up next, here, let me get a flashing light here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we cleaned up the wheels, put a couple pinstripes on. I got a white and I got a blue. Basically, I did that by spinning the tire and holding the pin on there. And I did do a little bit of a highlight on the holes in the wheel. But this is basically where we're at, man. This is I'm really happy with it. I mean, I got a nice clear coat shine. After this sets up for a couple days and cures, I'm going to take and buff it out. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm liking it. So we're going to clear coat the wheels, roll this thing out, and start putting it back together. All right, one of the things that I should mention, these little gutter pads here, they had rubber insulating on the outside and the inside. Of course, these new ones didn't come with any washers or bushings or anything like that. So what I used is some double-sided rubber tape on the outside, and that creates a gasket. On the inside, I used a couple dabs of adhesive caulking on the nuts. They're basically flange nuts, and so that'll seal the inside and the rubber tape will seal the outside. So I got double seals, kind of like what they had before, but I had to make them. So if you're going to buy something like this, just be prepared that you might have to think outside the box and put something together to make it work. All right, so we made it, you know, pretty much. I mean, we're finishing everything up, putting in the little rain gutter pieces here. That worked out fairly quickly. Already got the interior put back together, putting the wipes back in. Everything was going great, grand, dandy, until I had to loosen up the side view mirror in order to get the window wipe in. And of course, like, it's the last thing to do, and I dropped the socket. So I have to pull the door panel off, but the socket doesn't go to the bottom. Oh no, it sticks to the speaker. So I have to take the speaker out also in order to get my socket back. I mean, anybody that works on cars knows that it's the kiss of death when you drop a tool, because it goes to the center of the universe, into the black hole. You can't find it. Well, in this case, I took the time to dig it out, and it wasn't at the bottom. It was stuck to the speaker. All right, so let's put this back together and finish this baby up. It's mostly done. And I'm going to polish it up. I'm going to give it about 7 days for the paint to cure and the clear coat to cure, and then I'm going to polish it and do the last video. All right, thanks. I've already got some comments coming in on the last video. People are liking it, digging it. So comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Now, we finally made it to this step. I had to move the shop around a little bit because I didn't want to drag my Cherokee back outside. So it's going to be a little bit tight corners here, but we'll get some of this filmed. But basically, we are going to buff this out. I got some new pads. The pads match the buffing compound to some extent. Some are rougher than others. So basically, buffing compound, polishing, and ultra polishing. We're going to use all three. I think the buffing compound is going to be the most important part, so we'll get past that point. I don't know if we'll need to do this or not, but we'll go ahead and put a coat on there either way, and then try to get it smoothed and buffed out and shiny-er. And then I've had good luck with this new finish over the years. I know it's an old product, and I was looking on the shelf at all the new stuff with like glass and clay and digestive enzymes and amino acids and all kinds of stuff, you know, all these gimmicks that are out there. But I did not want a wax, I wanted a coating. So new finish has always worked pretty well for me, and so that's why I'm going to use it today. And then after that, I don't know if you guys have ever used tire wet, but that also does a pretty good job making plastics and rubber shiny. So I'm going to use that on the wheels and on the side view mirrors. This will probably be the cleanest and the most detailed that the Danger Angel will ever be again, unless I get another hair up my butt to take and change things up again. Because I'm not a detailing guy, I'm more of a utility guy. If it works and it works well, I don't really care what it looks like. But let's get started on this, and we'll start buffing. And let's see, I'm in the Florida heat here. Without the air conditioner, it's about 100 degrees inside, 1,000,000% humidity. I mean, it's like being at the bottom of a warm pool. But I'm used to it. I can tolerate it. I'm getting older where I can't tolerate it as well. I want to move so bad, but my wife won't let me. So I'll get busy on this and we'll film it. And then we'll show you the final product. Well, I think we can wrap this thing up. This is after the buffing and the polishing. And I don't know if you guys have ever done this or if you knew this, but like a fine polish, you can also use that to buff out your glass. And you just got to make sure you get all of it off. But obviously, you're not going to be able to buff out scratches, but you'll be able to buff out some discoloration and hard water and stuff like that. But this is it. And I got the gizmos and all the grease and all the polish on there. This thing looks better than it ever has, and it probably will never look this clean again. But that's where we're at. Let me see.
And one day, possibly, I'll make some bumpers for it. But I think it looks good. Taking a look at that. Let me get a high-rise picture so that you can see the top, what we did with the top. And basically that's the top. It's got some lines on it to break it up, but not bad. I think probably got 20 hours in it, about $400 in materials. True. I mean, if you were up close on it, you can tell it's not a factory finish. One thing that I did mention before, I think I would stick away from the rounded lines and stay with the straight. I like these a lot. I like these a lot. This pointed area here, not so much. And I could even go bolder instead of having them thin lines. I've seen some other people that have done this, and they actually start real thick and bring them out into a point. And you know, if I decide to do it, I could scuff this clear coat down and go at it again with the paint markers and basically do anything I want. But I like it. I think it looks good. It's definitely different. And I know that we're going to be doing something next. It won't be another Ranger. It'll be something else. This Cherokee, my dream bucket list wagon. I love this. I love the way this thing looks. It's stagnated. I mean, it started out as a pickup. It was one of those when I was salvaging out the full-size Jeeps. This came available nearby, and my son and I went to pick it up. And it was a rusty blue heap. I don't know if it was Baltic blue or what, but the paint was burnt. You could see the red primer underneath it. When we got out there, it hadn't run for over 10 years, and it said that it had a lot of rust in it. So when we got out there, we were looking at it, and I told my son, I said, man, look at this. I said, outside it has almost no rust. I said, I cannot part this out and then send the rest of it to the crusher. So what we decided to do is our business was still new, and I was doing it full time. So we were going to do a resto mod on this. Oh, that's something that I needed to mention too. The outside had very little rust, but the floors on the inside were roached. And we had to basically, fortunately for me, I was salvaging out these vehicles, and so I just basically cut the floors, good floors, out of other Wagoneers and replaced the flooring inside this Cherokee. And that's what it is. It is a resto mod. We went with fuel injection on the motor and 5-speed AX15 overdrive transmission, making parts so that we can supply that to the customers to do the same thing. However, life got in the way, job changes got in the way, etc., etc. So this thing has been around for 8 years probably, and it's been painted twice because the person that I had paint it the first time did a $2,000 vehicle paint job on something that I was expecting to get 10 to 15 for. So basically I had to strip it down and work on it again, and in the process I haven't finished the front fenders yet, as you can see, because they're all stripped and rusty. But I'm thinking that we'll start putting this back together. Question to the viewers is, should I just get all the parts on it, make it a complete vehicle again, and then work out the details and making it run and reliable? Or should I work on the run and reliable first and then do the detail work? So go ahead and comment down there. Let me know what you think I should do. I'm going to put this all back together. I'm going to have to take a shop around and find a passenger door window. I have the glass and everything for the rear. I kind of have a working manual window regulator for the rear, but the seats have been reupholstered. I just haven't installed them. I bed lined and thermal coated the floor on the inside. So basically what this is going to have is it's going to have the 360 V8 throttle body fuel injection AX15 overdrive transmission with the MP208 case. Maybe we'll upgrade the axles. I don't think so, because I don't think this is going to be a trail rig. And it does have the Rock Lawrence long travel soft suspension, basically 5-inch lift. And those skinny 33s aren't going to make it. It's got to have a minimum of a 35 on there, and then I've got to find out if I need to rear gear it. Even though it's a manual transmission, do I need to rear gear it to make it drivable? We'll see.